Hey everyone, Megan Barnhart here with my update and tip for NaNoWriMo. And the tip is going to be about what to write when you are nearing the end and you're running out of momentum, you're running out of energy, and you're running out of things to write. So I'm going to tell you what I worked on today and show you how you can use this really, really simple technique to make writing work for you. So here's my check-in. I am currently only 1,164 words from being finished. Woohoo! Today I got in 2,244 words and was really focused and clear on what I needed to write. And that's because, and this is my tip for you, I went into my draft and looked at where I still had the gaps. And there are a few chapters that I kind of skipped over and I knew I had to go back and write them. And in order to do that, I went into my planning doc and I created a timeline. This is something that is so simple to do, but immediately showed me for those places where I had gaps, what needed to happen to glue everything together. My timeline is really simple and my story takes place just over the course of 2 weeks. So that's how I've divided it up. And I've just put kind of like one marker, one event for things that happened. I didn't even bother to put chapter numbers. But when I created this timeline and I then matched it up with the places where I had these gaps in my draft, I went, oh, okay. So what needs to happen there is we have to get from, Tuesday to Wednesday or Thursday to Friday. And I was able to see really clearly where I needed to jump in and fill in the action and what that action needed to do. Now, even though I had notes in my draft and in my planning doc, I had the action mapped out because I that's what I do in my outlining process is I create my anchor scenes and then I use my scene planner and plan individual scenes. But I had these gaps where I felt unmotivated to write them in the first place. So now I'm coming back, right? They weren't the most exciting scenes. So now I'm coming back and writing them and I'm going, how do I get that energy? And I'm almost at the end. And oh gosh, I feel like I've already kind of written all of the scenes that I was really looking forward to writing. But creating this timeline helped give more urgency and more immediacy to the scenes that I needed to write. So this is something that's really simple to do. It's great for helping you if you're feeling low motivation. I mean, to be perfectly honest, it's the Sunday after Thanksgiving. I was really relaxed. I was spending time with my family. I'm in vacation mode, hence my lovely sweatshirt. So I'm not really in my best creative space. And that's combined with the fact that I have to go back and write scenes that I skipped over in the first place because I wasn't that excited to write them. This is kind of, like a bad combo. This is, not the greatest thing that I ever did to myself in terms of, choosing writing tasks to match with energy. But when I sat down to write, everything just flowed. I'm really happy with what I got down today because having this timeline put me in the immediacy, helped me see, how I was bridging the gap and where I could really just jump in and be in the story. And in addition, it helped me think, where is my character on this day? To get back into it, to write out of order, which is something I really like doing, but to write out of order takes a little bit of, more thinking because you have to be able to get back into that state of mind. But I was able to do that using my timeline because here's where I was writing today, Iphigenia tipping off the reporter, and I was able to get back in. This is what she's just gone through, and this is what's going to come next. So really simple, really low tech writing tip, but something I highly recommend when you are facing lack of motivation, when you have written almost everything you need to write, or when you're going back and filling in gaps, or if you're like I am in a situation where you're doing all three of those at once. So I hope you find that tip helpful. If you're finding this series helpful, please do consider subscribing to my channel. NaNoWriMo is almost over, but I put out videos with writing tips every week. And I also answer questions in my Write with Megan Facebook group. So come on and join me over there. Ask me your questions. I'll make a video in response, and the world will be filled with more great books, which of course is all the fun of it. So I hope you found that helpful. And as always, I wish you happy writing.